Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. We've got Shawn Kemp. Payton is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Durant. And it's Allen in at the small forward. And for the Bronx, Duncan out there with Tatum. Then it's Harden. Then there's Frazier. And it's Davis in at the 5 spot. It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Here's Payton. Durant deciding where to go with it. Puts it up from 12, and he hits the jump shot.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Now here's Tatum. Here's Davis. Another shot, Duncan. No good that time. Nice D from Durant. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Fires from deep. Payton, good.
Boy, the sharpshooting of Payton, admirable. You can't afford to give him daylight from deep.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Kemp with the steal. And it's Kemp slamming it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And one of the very best in our league at getting to the line. Walt Frazier just has that great change of pace and aggressive nature. Always playing, though, under control.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Right side, Durant. Nice open look, but it's no good. And Ray Allen gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Frazier. Connects from three-point range. Frazier's got 5 now.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense, had overcommitted, and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
And too long on the shot. Duncan dishes to Frazier. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Duncan kicks to Davis. Tries again, and Duncan lays it in.
Well, you know, Duncan's too big and talented not to put a body on him, and he's always lurking around looking for offensive boards.
Davis against KD. It's good.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Harden way outside. A miss that time would have put him up. And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
So timeout called here, the first for the Bronx.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And the Bronx going with a whole new group out there. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. A deep three from Butler. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
That one's deep, real deep. But Butler has proven he's more than capable of draining the long ball.
Johnson, the pass to Sigma. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Thunder shooting their first foul shot of the night. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And, you know, the versatile George does so many things well. A high-octane player who I think gives you intensity at both ends of the court.
Hits it from three-point range.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Haywood. Fade away. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now here's White. That's tipped. Embiid dishes to White. Embiid kicks to Butler. Here's Kirilenko. You know what? They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. On the wing, Ellis. Shoots from 14, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Ellis has got 5 now.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups or dunks, but not now.
Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 14-3 run. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Here's Butler. The Thunder making the shot.
And, you know, Butler thinks the game as well as he plays it. He's a smart player. I like how he uses the pump fake to draw the contact.
The Bronx, they've been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. So he gets them both. Now Brown. There's the 3. The shot, no good. Timeout called, Bronx.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And so it's Oklahoma City. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We come back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Thunder.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
They've got Siakam. Jimmy Butler is out there with White. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Giannis in at the 3. And for the Thunder, they've got Lewis. Williams is out there with Brown. And it's Haywood in at the 4. And Embiid with the block. And for the Bronx, Antetokounmpo out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's White. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. And you look at Joel Embiid, Clark, for a player standing 7'2", probably close to 300 pounds. You've got to be impressed with how well he moves out there.
And, Kevin, that's the first and most eye-catching thing about him. when I watch him is how nimble he is for his size. And you notice it at the offensive end because he's got great skills and footwork, but defensively, he doesn't pick up a lot of cheap fouls despite having the primary role of rim protector for his team.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And a new group getting ready for the Bronx. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Embiid. Williamson comes in for Antetokounmpo. James Harden, he's checked in for Butler. And it's Frazier in for White.
You know, guys, it's crazy to think that Joel Embiid once considered quitting the game. I mean, his first practice at Kansas, a senior dunked on him so hard he went to the coach and said, maybe I should get out of this stuff. Luckily, the coach talked him down, and now we see one of the best in the league.
Sigma, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And some real adversity for Joel Embiid after leaving Kansas. Foot injuries costing him the first 2 years, Clark, of his career. And then, back in Cameroon, the tragic passing of his beloved brother.
Yeah, that's a hard road to hoe, and adversity oftentimes, while painful, can steal us for the promised land or positive outcomes. And, you know, Embiid really driven by his goal to inspire others in Africa to make a better life, and that drove him to be where he is now.
Knocks down the three ball. Harden's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. And so Payton will bring it up for Oklahoma City. And Payton throws it down hard.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
To the paint. Wants to get it to KD and does. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Timeout called, the Bronx. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's what's going on with the Bronx right now. Tumbo is checked in for Williamson. Tatum comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's White in for Frazier. Payton can't get it to go.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now here's Tatum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 5 on the clock. From deep. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. For the Thunder, Paul George comes in for Ray Allen. And it's Ellis in for Gary Payton. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Johnson surveying the floor. Passes it to Sigma. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. 5 to shoot. Here's Johnson. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. Sigma's got 7 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The Bronx, they've been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Lewis is checked in. The free throw drops for Mutombo.
And Mutombo, a defensive force, a long, intelligent player who plays well on both ends of the floor.
Now here's Kemp. George with the ball. Back to Kemp. On the wing, George. Over Tatum. Bronx grabs the miss. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Harden. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. White's got it back down to within single digits for the Bronx.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Johnson outside. And it's sent back by Mutombo.
Boy, the shot blocking instincts of Mutombo, superb. Timing, exquisite.
And so it's Oklahoma City holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back right after this. We've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. We've got Ellis. Durant is out there with Allen. Then there's Payton. And it's Kemp in at center, locking down the middle. The Bronx trails by 8. Here's Davis. And yes, it's good. Davis has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bronx.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now here's Payton. He's got 7. Andre Kirilenko is checked in for the Bronx. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Brown's checked in. And here is Payton. That shot no good. Great D that time from Davis. Knocked away. It's taken away by Payton. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Bronx. Giannis comes in for Duncan. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for James Harden. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Outside Kemp. The pass to Durant. 18 feet out. Poked loose.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Frazier the pass to Davis. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, you know, we know this about Frazier. Tremendously creative, both as a scorer and as a playmaker.
Payton dishes to Durant. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Durant's got 12 points in the game.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
Outside Kirilenko. Kicks it out to Giannis. Pass to Davis. over Kemp. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Davis.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
He lobs it up. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Nice ball movement there by the Bronx. And the Bronx tacks on 2 more.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
And so Brown will bring it up for Oklahoma City. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Payton kicks to Brown. Now here's Allen. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 4 on the shot clock. The tray. That shot, no good. The Bronx goes the other way with it.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And some changes here for the Bronx. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Davis. Pascal Siakam comes in for Andre Kirilenko. And it's White in for Frazier. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Haywood's checked in. Lewis comes in for Ray Allen. Dennis Johnson's checked in for Brown. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Payton. And here's Giannis after Rashard Lewis hitting a 3. Embiid. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Sean Kemp picks one up right there.
Boy, the sheer size of Embiid often puts the defense in tough spots. He's a beast.
And Embiid drops them both.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Now here's Butler. And another miss by the Bronx. Johnson up top. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Butler. Good D by Johnson. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Outside Westbrook. Beyond the arc. Bronx grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. The drive by Siakam. And the basket is good. Siakam's got his 2nd basket of the night.
You know, one thing you got to love about Embiid is how unselfish he is. I mean, he's pretty good at spotting open teammates.
Butler against Johnson to the inside. Right at the free throw line. And it's Westbrook missing. Giannis inside. It was on him. And that's good from Antetokounmpo on the assist by Butler.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Bronx. He keyed their comeback effort. He's the reason they are tied to close out the quarter. And we'll be right back after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got White dunking out there with Embiid. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Harden in at the 2. Here's Kemp. That shot misses. Good D by Embiid. And it's the Bronx with the ball. Duncan right side. Dishes to White. He kicks to Harden. Siakam passes to Embiid. Back to Siakam. The Bronx needs to get off a shot here. Harden's shot is good.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
And here's George for three. Good on the three-point shot. And the Thunder lead by 1.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Pass to Embiid. Over Kemp. Embiid, no good. George looking over the floor. Over Siakam. A nice shot by George. And now a three-point Oklahoma City lead. Timeout called, the Bronx.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
And a new group getting ready for the Bronx. Tumbo is checked in for Embiid. Williamson comes in for Tim Duncan. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Frazier in for White. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Kevin, he's trying to keep him focused.
Thanks, David. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Frazier against Payton. KD passes to Kemp, and Kemp slams it in.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them. Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And this is the pattern we typically see from this team as a whole, creating chances at the line and converting them.
And the shot goes down. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Harden scanning the floor. And it's off from three-point range. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Left side Durant. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Frazier dishes to Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Ellis, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Frazier drops them both. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Puts it up from 12. KD's shot is off.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, a hand in your face on every jumper.
The kick out to Frazier. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Durant. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Oklahoma City. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Timeout called. Bronx. They're trailing by 3. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Here's what's going on with the Bronx right now. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Mutombo. Karolinko comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Butler, he's checked in for Frazier. And it's White in for James Harden. White drives in. Here's Duncan. Oh, and the jam by Duncan.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Ellis, he's checked in for Brown. That one drops. He ties it up.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Here's Katie. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And then Kemp slams it in.
You know, this speaks volumes to Kemp's freakish athletic ability, Kevin. I mean, he's always looking to punch it off the alley-oop.
Here's Williamson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Sean Kemp picks one up right there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Good on both.
Needed those and got it. Terrific job at the line under pressure.
1:32 left to play here in the fourth. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That is his first foul of the game. .31 left in the fourth. Now Durant. That one off the back iron and out. Karolinko against Durant. Williamson kicks to White. Good dish to Williamson. Back to White. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Count.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Payton. Bronx grabs the miss.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Got a piece of it.
And if Williamson's in the area, you better be careful. When you aren't, he's going to stifle you on the offensive end.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And some changes here for the Bronx. And Anthony Davis is checked in for Williamson. Harden comes in for Butler, and it's Frazier in for White. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Ellis. Will it go? And it's Karolinko with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Williams for three. Bronx grabs the miss.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
So it's the Bronx picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had